finished second.
When we cross the start-finish line, it's a race. And oh, by the way, it's not over. It's just now on.
Daryl, keep an eye on Daryl.
Oh, car in the wall, hard. Turn one. And it's one of the BK cars. It's the 93 of Travis Quapple. No caution. NASCAR, if the track is clear, they will let them finish. We are still green. And here come the leaders.
Yeah, Mark Martin is really pushing Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88.
Junior to the inside of Greg Biffle. The green flag still flies. Martin's number 55. Keselowski in the 2. Biffle backing up. Patrick behind him. For the second time, the Daytona 500 goes to Jimmie Johnson, 5-time champion from Oklahoma, California, and his Rick Hendricks Chevrolet.
He can thank Dale Jr. for that. Second year, Dale Jr. has come on late and finished second.
Danica Patrick, the pole sitter, becomes the highest finishing woman in the Daytona 500, 8th.
They were coming at her from every side. I mean, front, backs, left, right.
That group is a happy group, and he's a happy man. Not only because they won this race, since he won it in 2006, his average finish in the 500 outside the top 30.
And the reason we call it Mr. Lovely.
Man, that's awesome.
Pride, how close can you get? Can Keselowski get into the top 5? He's up against the bumper of Busch again at the white flag.
Going to make a dive, but I don't think it's going to work.
Back straightaway looks stuck.
Here he goes. Here he goes. He's going to make a run on him right here.
Lowest crew. Let's all meet me down there in victory lane.
Keselowski to the inside. Here comes Jimmie Johnson. Wins 62. 5th place, side by side. Too close to call.
Kyle got him, I think, by like an inch.
It shows 6 1/3 of a second.
What a day.
White flag for Jimmie Johnson.
Maybe I need one more lap.
Mark Martin takes his car to the garage.
Hey, think about Kurt Busch in '78. This is about the deepest he's been in the field all night long back there in 5th.
That's right, Larry. 1st, 4th, 2nd, and 1st. And to wind up 5th, it's going to be a disappointment. Here he comes off turn number 4. 5-time is 4-time in All-Star wins. Jimmie Johnson wins the Sprint All-Star race. And $1 million.
Back to back.
You guys save me a place down there. Save me some of that champagne. The only 4-time All-Star champion. Congratulations, my friend. Very.
On Sunday's final restart, the NASCAR Sprint Cup field fanned out 6 wide on Pocono Raceway's front stretch, and to no one's surprise, Jimmie Johnson, who had dominated the party in the Poconos 400 presented by Walmart, sailed away easily to the checkers in the Cobalt Tool Chevrolet.
Next flag will decide it.
Wow.
Tony Stewart feeling good, and how about Kurt Busch in that outside lane with help from David Gilmour?
Oh, here we go.
We got trouble.
There we go. That's it. Like I said, you lead at the white.
That's it.
You're good to go. But they may
No
race to the
caution
finish.
yet. They're going to let them race back here. That happened over in turn 2, so they got plenty of room.
Wow. Right. Let them race, boys.
Hopefully they're cleared when they get back down there.
Tony Stewart won this race last year. He's won it 4 times.
shoving the 14. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but
Through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off the corner, here comes Jimmie Johnson. He's dominated the race. Now he can see the finish line. That's Busch in the outside lane, not making a move.
Oh,
trouble behind him.
Danica.
Danica and others. Jimmie Johnson gets the win at Daytona.
Yeah, she got turned right there.
that was a dominating performance by the 48 team tonight.
Led 93 laps.
Thank you. Awesome.
That's another race, the last 3 or 4 races, and I know people get tired of hearing us talk about him, but the last 3 or 4 races, he's dominated these races. Yeah. He's not just won them. He has, and he's lost some of them, just like last week at Kentucky, but he dominated that race.
You think about Pocono, where he did win, Dover, where he didn't get the victory, black flag late, certainly last week, as you mentioned, at Kentucky, and here tonight, leading 93 of 161 laps. You saw
Will that traffic be a factor? Can Jimmie Johnson score the win? He's going to be right here. Can he stay in the throttle all the way? Yep, able to clear that car. Richard Petty, Bobby Allison. Jimmie was tied with him for most wins at Dover. Now the record is his alone. Jimmie Johnson dominates the Monster Mile and wins the third race in the chase.
Was the 48th night.
And again, perhaps it's an understatement to say total domination for the number 48 and driver Jimmie Johnson. Third career win at Texas. The fireworks are going off, and now he has a fairly decent point lead over Matt Kenseth. But those two drivers have definitely pulled away from the competition with 2 races to go in the season. Here are the results. You see 8 of the top 10 drivers are chase contenders.
Took that second spot away from Matt Kenseth.
White flag. Jimmie Johnson, the last to win the Coca-Cola 600 from the pole, and that a decade ago.
Well, this used to be Jimmie Johnson's house, and then they repaved the joint and it got away from him, but looks like they got it back tonight. This is Johnson's 7th win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
First win of 2014 for Jimmie Johnson, Chad Knaus, and the Lowe Chevrolet.
Well done, Jimmie. Well done, buddy. Did a great job today. Thank you for all your hard work and your patience. It's your brother. That was 48 business all day long right there. Thank you, boys. Roger that, man. Roger that. I love these races. Good job. Pit crew, way to pull it together there, guys. Good work. Proud of you all.
Jimmie Johnson breaks a tie with Bobby Allison for the most Sprint Cup wins at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Allison and Darrell Waltrip and Johnson tied at 6. No more. Here is your 5-hour energy big move of the race. Matt Kenseth brought it almost down to the bottom. Almost looked like Cale and Donnie at Daytona in '79, but no contact. Good, hard, clean racing. Put the nose of Jimmie Johnson Chevy in the wind.
Well, he hadn't forgotten how to do burnout, so we can see that already.
Yeah, last time we saw that was at Texas in November. I think everyone was concerned about them not winning, except the guy behind the wheel there, Jimmie Johnson, Chad Knaus in that 48.
That's stable right here, right now.
White flag for Jimmie Johnson. Single filing it down the back straightaway. One battle toward the back. Marcus Ambrose, Jeff Gordon for 15. Out of turn 4. Jimmie Johnson, the Lowe Chevrolet, scores its 68th Sprint Cup win in the FedEx 400.
What a car. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, team. Awesome day. Boy, I told you were going to like that race car, didn't I? Told you last week. Yeah, man. What a ride. Thank you. Yeah, man, thank you, Jimmie. Fantastic job, guys, everybody. Great job. Way to perform from the time that we unloaded. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Jimmie Johnson is batting .360 as far as going to victory lane at Dover. This is his 9th win here, all but unbeatable.
2 weeks ago, we were asking, when in the world are they going to win a race? He now joins Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano as drivers we know will be in the chase for the championship.
And how would you like to be the competition? They thought they had them down. Boy, these guys are struggling. Last 2 weeks, now you're standing there, you've thrown everything you got at them, and they come out on top.
3rd straight victory for Rick Hendrick Chevrolets, and this is the 13th time in his career that Jimmie Johnson has won back-to-back races.
In the media center last Sunday night, when he went in there, he said, so what are y'all going to talk about now? Well, you know what they're going to talk about? Winning 2 races in a row.
And going to one of his favorite tracks. Another one of their favorite tracks.
Pretty good there, too, at Pocono.
Where he is the defending winner of next week's race.
In the Lowe's camp, Marty?
Well, it's funny, I was talking to Jimmie Johnson earlier today, and exactly what Kyle just talked about. He said, we've done so many good things here at Michigan. We've been leading late, lost an engine. We've cut a tire late. We've run out of fuel. We've done everything to not win this race. So what worries you? He said, leading with 5 to go. That's what worries me, and I'm sure Kevin Harvick, looming in that mirror and growing a little larger, worries Johnson as well. There can't be another way Jimmie Johnson could lose a Michigan race, is there?
But I think these last 3 or 4 laps, Jimmie Johnson has been as careful as he ever has been while leading a race, just because he knows how many times he's been here. He's holding his breath.
Jimmie Johnson did get the white flag. Down the back straightaway, half a lap away from victory. Entering today, there were 5 tracks on the Sprint Cup Series schedule where Jimmie Johnson had never gone to victory lane. You can cross Michigan off the list. The 6-time champion going to get his first Michigan trophy this afternoon.
Hi, guys. Woo! Thank you, boys. Thank you. Chad, brilliant strategy, brother.
I can't believe Casey Kane.
Thanks,
Great
JJ.
finish.
Great job, bud. Happy Father's Day to you. Couldn't be prouder, man. You drove a great race today. Sorry we had to get a little creative there. You did awesome. Thank you.
Junior and McMurray all the way down to the apron. This is for the race lead, coming to the white flag.
Harvick really got the 2-car loose right there. Oh, he's going to turn him. Nope, didn't. He saved it.
White flag, last lap. Harvick's by Keselowski. But unless there's a slip, he's not going to have enough time to catch Jimmie. A frantic finish, and for the 3rd year in a row, Jimmie Johnson wins the chase race in Texas. And again, he wins this race in Texas for a 3rd straight year. Keselowski finishes 3rd, Harvick 2nd, Edwards 9th, Hamlin 10th, Logano 12th, Newman 15th, Kenson 25th, and Gordon 29th.
You take a look at the points when we get to that point of showing us that Jimmie Johnson celebrate. What an unbelievable day we're going to see next.